Okay, my name is Eric Davis. I work at Broughton Hospital, and I'm a CNA. I just want to talk to y'all a little bit about an incident that happened on November the 5th of 2007. Is when I got stabbed by a patient I was sitting one-to-one with, and at the time we was walking down the hall, just me and him, and the ward was understaffed, and another patient come up to ask me a question, and I turned around to ask him, and once I did, I got stabbed, had to get rushed to the hospital, lost a lot of blood, lost time, lost hours of work, and I just want to voice my opinion about the lack of the broken policy that happened there, which is once I got back to work, I got wrote up for saying, they said that I caused the unsafe workplace because I took my eyes off the patient, and the policies are broken real bad there, and we need a voice to change these policies to make it more safe for not only patients but the staff that works there, and we need more staff to make sure if you got more staff you got better safety because you got more eyes watching patients. And right now I think the union is trying to help us and voice our opinion, and I really want to let you know that it took 2 different grievances before I could even get to the point where somebody says, okay, you can get this grievance took off, but it took 3 months to get it off. First I went to my assistant director, which is Helen Haynes of my division, and she turned me down, and then I had to go to the director of the hospital, which is Dr. Robart, and he said that after 3 months I could get it took off, but if you can get it took off in 3 months, why would it be on my record anyway? Because I didn't cause that, you know. The whole deal was understaffed. We're having to work more hours than we normally do because one reason we are understaffed, and the other reason is salaries are bad, and to survive we're having to work overtime to make it, and we don't have a choice in that because if you don't, you can't survive. You know, in a healthcare you should have accurate pay for what you do because you're working with mental patients, which is very dangerous, and then you got criminals that's mentally ill, and you got to deal with them. If you got more eyes and more staff on these patients, the place is better safety, and the morale is better, and you're not wore out working so much, you know. And
speak of the policy that makes you keep your eyes on the patients the whole time, how impossible it is.
The policy says that if you're sitting one-to-one with a patient, you got to keep your eyes on that patient for 8 hours, 8 hours solid. And common sense, anybody knows that you cannot stand there and watch a patient for 8 hours without blinking, without moving. And it's just, the policy is very wrong and it needs to be rewritten. And we need to sit down with people and hash these things out and make it safe for everybody there. And that way you never worry about getting stabbed or whatever happens and then getting accused of doing something you didn't do to keep the administration from taking the blame off of them and putting it on their staff, which is CNAs. And once they do that, it'll be a better, safe place, and you won't have to worry about these things, you know.